This is Guildford Community TV. My name is Elmar Kessler, and I'm here to introduce you to the project Music Heals Us. Why is that and why I'm here? It's a short story. In January this year, my wife asked me to attend with her to a chamber music concert in a Guildford church close to the Green. Knowing that Guildford is the gem of the shoreline, I had some expectations about the quality of musicians and the performance, but I have to admit I was totally blown away. It was by far the best chamber music event I've ever seen, and I was in Boston, New York before. And the whole event was organized and mostly performed by Miss Molly Carr, which I herewith introduce. And I would like her to tell us about her, the music project, Music Heals Us, and why Guildford. Molly, why Guildford?
Okay, why Guildford? Guildford, I feel like, is my second home. I grew up in Reno, Nevada, but my grandparents have lived here in Guildford for over 50 years. And then when I decided to pursue a career as a violist, I went to school at the Juilliard School in New York City, and so I was just an hour and a half away from them. So I've spent a good deal of time here in Guildford with my grandparents. And why this project?
Why this project?
Yes, why this project? About 2 years ago now, I was in Israel about to play a concert tour, and I was doing the dishes, but I put a glass bowl on the top of his pile of dishes, and in the middle of cooking, it slid off and shattered into a bajillion pieces, and we thought that we cleaned it all up, but it ended up there was one last shard that was on the counter where I was cooking. And so when I was done cooking, I went to swipe all the vegetables, and wham, I hit the piece of glass, just jammed it and shattered it into my finger. And so I ended up not being able to play for a couple months because I had to have multiple surgeries to have it taken out, and it took a while to heal. So while I was healing, while I couldn't really play, I decided that I would come out and live with my grandparents for a month or two, because they needed an extra helping hand around the house. And so while I was there, while I was staying with them, they had a number of home health aides come and help out during the day. And so I was watching what they did, and I thought, wait a second, I would love to do that. And so I started researching how that would be possible, and I found out that I could take a nursing aid course from the American Red Cross. And so I went and took a course in New Haven. It was a month-long course. And at the end of the course, we did a week-long residency in Arden House in Hamden. And so while I was there,
Arden House is a retirement home or nursery home or hospital?
It's a nursing home. Yeah. So we actually got to work with patients there. And one of the patients in particular, I really fell in love with. And everyone said that she was completely non-communicative, that she would, anyone that worked with her, that she just wouldn't ever respond. And so I was so excited when the first day that I went into work with her, she talked to me. She talked to me in full sentences. She asked me, where are you from? Do you have a boyfriend? She told me, you look beautiful. And then also on the day that I left, it was actually pretty funny. I'm getting very teary-eyed and telling her I was very sad to be leaving her, and she told me, you can go. So I don't know, I felt a very special connection with this patient. And so when it came time to leave in that teary farewell, I promised her that when I could play again, I would come back and play for her. And the thing that I love to do more than anything else with my viola is play chamber music. And so I decided I would start this chamber music series so that I could bring my friends to come and play for her. So
Coming to your friends, I mean, I've experienced now a couple of the concerts. It's not just some musicians you find on the next corner. It's absolutely top-notch in terms of world-class musicians. I mean, it's playing Lincoln Hall. I mean, you're a professor at Juilliard, which I believe is the best school you can possibly have when it comes to classical music. So we are talking about this level, which is pretty amazing for, again, a relatively little town as Guilford is.
well, thank you. Yeah, my friends are pretty special. I've been very blessed over the past probably 10 years to be able to go to a number of festivals throughout the world and meet really amazing players. And so these are the people that somehow when you play chamber music with someone, I feel like you become either fast friends or you hate each other because you just know the person right away. It just, yeah, it's like a fast connection. And so all these friends that I was able to make throughout all these festivals, these are the ones that are coming now to play in Guilford. So actually, can I list some of the musicians that are coming this year?
Please feel free.
I'm very excited. This year is going to be a bunch of rock stars. Some of them are Peter Wiley, cellist, former cellist of the Guarneri Quartet. Probably one of the biggest names in chamber music you can have. Also, we have Tessa Lark, violinist who won Indianapolis competition and Naumburg competition, is touring the world, soloing everywhere. Also, we have Marcy Rosen, cellist, former cellist of the Mendelssohn Quartet, and she's also on faculty in New York in Mannes School of Music. Let's see, who else? We have also Mike String Quartet is coming to perform, the Gesualdo String Quartet. It's in residence at the University of Notre Dame. Oh, Lucy Chapman is coming. She's also on faculty in the New England Conservatory. And she was a Grammy-nominated violinist.
Wow.
And yeah, so there's lots of people I'm very excited that are
And
coming.
I've understood that the project Music Heals Us brings these first-class musicians to play in this nursing homes, in homeless shelters, you said, and even a prison you have in mind to perform this time. And in order to fund all of this, you do these gorgeous concerts in churches on the shoreline, primarily in Guilford and Madison. So tell me a little bit about the concert you perform in the nursing homes. We are now facing the second season. That means there has been a first.
Mhm.
How was it? Tell me about it, please.
Well, I have to say, diving into this project it seemed like it would be a really simple thing. I bring my friends, I set it up, I set up concerts in nursing homes, play in churches, and bam, bam, bam. It ended up being a bigger load of work than I expected, but the thing that makes it all worth it is when we play in the hospitals. It's in the nursing homes. It's so wonderful to be able to play for people that really need to hear beautiful music. That a lot of times I spend my career performing in very high pressure situations where we're performing for critics and other musicians that are sitting there, judge. But when you go and you play in a hospital for someone that has been isolated for months, years sometimes, for people that just long for some sort of loving connection, then it just, that's why I want to play music. So these concerts, they're amazing.
I can assure you the ones I've attended on in the churches are amazing, and the spirit you convey, it's you just you could feel in the audience that the musicians are friends in a way, and there was really kind of chemistry, and you could feel that. And the performance I've attended to were absolutely outstanding, and I kind of regret that I missed the first one because, as I said, my wife actually asked me, and it was the second performance, and since then we are kind of groupies for Music Heals Us. At the end of the small trailer, you can see a small footage how it is all about in one of those nursing homes. So we have a couple of seconds trailer. And concerts for the 2015-2016 will be shown at the end of this film. Just the dates, the first one is already in October. It's 16th? 16th of October. The second will be 3rd of December. Then we go into 2016, 5th of February, 18th of March, and the last one will be the 6th of May. You will perform exclusively in churches again, is that right?
Yes, for the sponsoring concerts.
The sponsoring
Yes.
concert. And again, this concert were absolutely mind-blowing, and if you go to Boston or New York, you have to spend an arm and a leg in order to see that high class of musicians. And here, what are you charging, 20 bucks or something like this? 20 bucks. You can see that on your doorsteps in Guilford and in Madison, in churches, which have a surprisingly beautiful acoustic, very good instruments, and the whole mood in one of those cozy churches is really beautiful. And our goal is to get this message conveyed that all of your concerts are filled out with people queuing on the sideline, and we need to have bigger venues in order to get all the funds together to finance concerts for the elderly, for the homeless, for veterans. Talking about veterans and the homeless, tell me a little bit about the plans for your concerts for this season. Where are they?
Yes, so all of the healing concerts is what we call them. All of those will be in nursing homes. 3 of them will be in Arden House again. And then a 4th one will be in the Hearth, where my grandparents live. Then another concert will be played in the Brantford Hospice. And then we have, then we have a concert in a homeless shelter, which is, I'm very excited. That project, that set of concerts will be the Friday night concert. The price of admission will be, instead of $20, it will be food for the homeless. So we will then, after that concert, the next day, the next morning, go into the homeless shelter and bring food and play for them. So, and then finally, the last healing concert will be in a prison. That'll be in May. So I'm very excited about that. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So we're finally expanding into a prison concert. So.
Since you're holding your viola all the time, would you do us a pleasure and just play a little bit that the audience have an idea what to expect?
Okay. I hope I don't bump anything here.
Thank you. Molly Carr with Project Music Heals Us. Thank you.